Sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
Trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house.
To the air, it's McNamara. Gets it out quickly. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Still running at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
And the Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Finds the tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
All the way down at the 33-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Fires to the middle. It's caught. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Caught near the sideline, it's Johnson. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Yeah, how about the running back showing you a little agility, baby? A little toe tapping on the sidelines. He looked like a wide receiver. Make sure he kept his feet in bounds, makes the catch, gets some positive yards.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Pulled down after a pickup of 3, balls at the 13. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking to throw, it's McNamara. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he's going to go up top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Hey, listen, quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. They go to the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Gabriel. Fires to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, dude.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They're going to ride this running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Dances away from the heat. Makes the catch. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3.
Oh, just didn't have enough leg. It looked like he had the accuracy. It looked like it was going right between the uprights, just not enough power on the kick.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Gabriel. He finds his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Getting some heat. Hit as he throws. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Iowa has the ball back on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Buys a little extra time. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on 2nd down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Dropping back, it's McNamara. Quarterback adapting. It's complete to the left. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle 2nd and
4. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's James. At midfield, he's got room. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you know, you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
That is the last thing you want on first down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Back to pass, it's Gabriel. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it's caught at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oregon!
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. West Virginia sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by
by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in Morgantown. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
Small gain, I know. But, again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Trying play action. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Open runway ahead. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with a big one.
That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. Looking for a man. It's McNamara. He makes the grab. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Going for 6. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Hawkeye. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Buying some time. Trying to make magic with his feet. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Well, it's a nice positive play on the bootleg going to the right there. And a really good decision that time by the quarterback, too, because he's supposed to throw that down the field. But as soon as he turned around, he saw that there was just open space, green grass. Put your foot in the ground, use your athletic ability, and go get positive yards.
Fast motion from the offense. Hands it off. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Back to the ground with the running back. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. You know they love their track at Oregon, and when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Unloads to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So they'll get a fresh set of downs thanks to that roughing the passer penalty. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. They're bringing heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Working that left side now. And he's wrestled to the ground. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
Dropping back, it's McNamara. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He'll start this drive firing. Going for the big play. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he's running in the open. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Oregon!
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown. And that's pretty much what just happened there.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll throw it on first down. Going downfield for the big play. And he hauls it in inside the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They'll try the run. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. Off he goes. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown Ducks! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
How about the day for this show? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Colorado State is currently working from behind. But how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Fresno State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Iowa has the ball back on offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets hyper. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Looking to move it through the air. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
They want to just keep throwing it. And that pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. The 30. At the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Oregon. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points. And now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? The first guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Line getting set on second down. Back to throw, it's McNamara. Looking to the big tight end. That pass is incomplete. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3. Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Ducks will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer. Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. To the air, it's McNamara. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. They intercept it. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, please bring it back, bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you've got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally, when you throw it harder, oftentimes you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now, You try to take something off, you're trying to throw the perfect spiral and cut the wind, and your accuracy goes down, and that was an example there. Errant throw on the interception.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the ground with the back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. He's open on the right. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk play. And the Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. Running back goes in motion. On the ground, it's James.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, just run positive yards, make the right read the guy, and he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Gabriel. Safe completion on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Got it. Touchdown, Ducks! And the punishment has been extended. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you've got a guy who can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. And the senior would love to have that one back. Just a little too much on the pass. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And brought down, looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Oregon 42, Iowa 13.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
Black 24. Black, ready.
Give to the running back. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's James. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brought down at the 46-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line.
Here we go.
They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Tackle is made at the 42. Brings up 3rd down.
Got it.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
A really nice job by the defense, understanding the situation. We know they like to run the touch pass. Great job selling out, seeing it, bringing those guys right down, flying into space, getting the fast, speedy wide receiver on the ground. Nice 3rd down stop.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
To the air, it's McNamara. Finds his tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
They'll try to power their way ahead. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. And you better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
Throws to the tight end. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Fires to the wideout. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Got room on the return. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
How about that elusiveness? He's got space. And he breaks into the open.
We've seen it from this running back, too. There's a lot of ways he can make you miss. Bottom line, this defense has to do a better job game time.
Yeah, just hard to bring down. Just physical, runs through people. This is a guy that defenses hate playing against, and you see why. So many yards after contact.
The Ducks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal.
Slide 22. 10. Bang.
They want to run this quarterback. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Quarterback keeps it. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week. Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer, you could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
One more play to pad the stats. Dropping back, it's McNamara. Unloads it left. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is complete. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the